Hi folks, I'm speaking to the whole world community because I reached 85th birthday on July 28, 2024. The reason why I wanted to speak to you ladies and gentlemen from the civilized world, is how the US government treat its citizens not as human beings but as a pawn in the political game. I will go into details with you to show what has happened. The Biden administration promised to the Michiganders, particularly the auto union and the communication workers, promised to pay 401k plan. That was President Biden's last promise a month ago. My claim for 401k was pending since 1973 until today, not paid. There is no legal basis for not paying the same. The lawyers filed false papers in court that I quit my job when I had 7 hungry mouths to feed, including my 3-year-old son, who is now a doctor in Tampa, Florida, and other children then aged 7, 9, and 12. The international law firm of Norton Rose, Fulbright and Jaworski submitted falsely sworn affidavit by a lawyer by the name Ralph Curtis Dawson, who is the chairman of the political party, submitting a perjured and false affidavit from a person by the name Brian Wayne Tilker. Similarly, another attorney by the name Peter Woolseyber submitted another affidavit stating the court has jurisdiction to hear my case, alleging I quit my job, which the trial court dismissed, citing Alexander versus Gardner, Denver. And the holding in the Alexander Gardner was an employer can obtain a release from an employee provided it was given by the employee freely, voluntarily, and knowingly. In this case, I was dismissed without a cause after giving me $5,000 merit increase and a fully satisfactory job performance. The burden, therefore, shifts to the employer to show I quit the job. As I said, when I have 4 small children, then aged 3, 7, 9, 12, and my dependent father and wife. Okay? They failed. So with these false papers, they managed to get a judgment. First from the Florida court. The Florida court, by Judge John Reed, resigned from the bench after I sent him an interrogatory seeking information. I reported Judge Reed of the Orlando District Court to the FBI and the Chief Justice, then Warren Burger of the US Supreme Court, and Warren Burger ordered Judge Reed to recuse and resign from the bench. And on the eve of his resignation, the ball was transferred to his chosen successor, Terrell William Hodges of Tampa. Tampa had no jurisdiction. This is the defendant's choice forum. Now, what they did was, you have to understand the facts here. When these cases were pending, Michigan Bell terminated an employee by the name, based on the false affidavit of Brian Wayne Tilker, the Cybert Court granted a summary judgment without any hearing, without any notice. And when I investigated, I found out at the time I was forced to sign a certain release under duress, coercion and true fraud. Tilker was only a child of 2 years old. He was living at that time in New York. The release was executed in Michigan, which is around 800 miles away from New York. Okay? So, this 2-year-old, now a lawyer, submitted a false affidavit, and on the basis of the false affidavit, the Cybert Court entered a judgment, although she had absolutely no jurisdiction. She is just a district judge like the Florida and Tampa courts. She ordered, because she is working under the command of the chairman of the Democratic Party's Rules Committee. Hey guys, send your papers. So she asserts jurisdiction. She cites Tilker's affidavit 13 times in her impugned order and judgment. When it was pointed out with the evidence obtained from the Bar Council, she says Tilker, being an attorney now, he can do so. See the justification, and she is citing another district judge, not a Supreme Court, the authority, another district judge. The case went before a 3-judge panel, and the 3-judge panel never rendered a decision, or if they rendered, they swallowed it. In the order issued by the 3-judge says, refer to our previous order. Where is the previous order? There is no order. That's a fraud. The case went all the way to the US Supreme Court. Supreme Court granted me permission to file a writ of mandamus because there is a conflict. The conflict was the 2-judge retired panel at the 11th Circuit says they have the authority to consider the matter of the FRAP motion I filed, the FRAP 35 motion, while the 12 other Circuit Court of Appeals in the nation says this should be reviewed by 3 active judges. So there is a conflict between the 11th Circuit on the one hand, where they wanted ruling be made by 2 retired judges, and the 12 other Circuit Court of Appeals wanted the FRAP 35 motion be heard by a panel of 3 active judges. So there is a conflict between the 11th and 12 other Circuit Court of Appeals, and under Rule 10 of the Supreme Court rules, which has jurisdiction to settle the inter-circuit dispute. That's why the court granted me my permission to file a writ of mandamus. Folks, this is a game going on. I approached the International Commission, United Nations Commission. They accepted my case, and which is still they are investigating. If we have justice in America, I should have got a judgment long time ago, and I should have got my money for which I paid into the system since 1973 until today. There is no money, and now I submitted documents from the United States Department of Revenue. I also submitted evidence from the US Department of Social Security. So the final last cry of the employer is they can't find my record. You understand, folks? I came to the United States not in a boat like people come from other countries through boat. I came in an aeroplane with a visa issued to me by the US government from London in a plane. So all the cries the employers making are their last cry. If you guys from the media and press wanted to ask either President Biden's or his nominee Kamala Harris, who is now appearing as the presidential candidate, ask her how the United States government manipulated the record to avoid paying me my pension, which is vested. Or if President Biden, President Trump wanted to ask the public, the world. I am sure you gentlemen and ladies from the media will seek information why I don't get my money from the Sucker Corporation. They played every kind of fraud. They even attempted to assassinate me, sending an undercover agent to my home to dissuade me and my children, my wife, not to picket in front of them. And he left after my father, who can't even speak English, in his broken English said, "Get out," and the whole family came. So there's a lot of investigation. Every media in this country and abroad should ask me. I will send you a link with all the things I am saying, okay? So that you gentlemen can make a documentary or video, movie, series, whatever you want it, subject to my agreement with me, how we will proceed ahead. I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. I hope we will have one day sanity prevail and educated people will understand the plight of an 85-year-old US citizen. I got a letter from Jean Baker who says she's on vacation. She will be coming back on 2nd of July. And I thought she will respond. Today is August 2nd. So she had 1 month to study to tell the government of the United States what happened to my claims. My vested pension claims, 401k pension claims, and also my missing checks. The checks were issued by the government, US government, directly rather than sending it through the FDU Manila, and they got bounced, one of them. 2 of them still not been paid me fully. And we want to find out there is one more check for 1531 still missing. Okay, so we'll have a lot of investigation, and I'm sure the media will help me to get to the truth and to tell the Biden administration or Kamala Harris or President Trump's administration, who will be taking office on November 5, 2024. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.